Hello, everyone. I'm Denise Russell from piecedbrain.com. Pieced Brain Quilt Designs is my pattern label. And today I'm here because I just published on piecedbrain.com, my blog, a step-by-step tutorial on these two blocks. They appear in a quilt that I designed called Let's Party, and it was published in the Quilters World magazine. I think you can see okay here. On this is the magazine Quilters World, the summer 2019. Oh, this is better. Um, issue of this magazine. And as you can see when you open here, the picture of the blocks are there. And this quilt features um, Maywood Studio Fabric collection called Back Porch Celebrations. It's a great quilt for the 4th of July. Anyway, so I did publish the tutorial step by step so you can see all the photographs about how I put these blocks together. These blocks are very easy to put together, but as I was coming up with the tutorial, it occurred to me that you might wonder, well, was there a different way to put those blocks together? You know that I use a software when I design my quilts. I've been using for many years the Electric Quilt company software called EQ, Electric Quilt. They are now on version 8, so I've been using it since version 5. And that's where I built these blocks. So I want to show you alternative to these blocks, alternative constructions. So let me go here on my software and I'm going to bring in, well, first, let me, here we go. Now I come here and you can see my screen and you can see me and the screen. So here is the quilt, the panel and the border. The panel is beautiful. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I wanted a border that would just make the panel pop. And so I used two blocks to construct the border. So let's go to the blocks, and I'll show you. Um, Here we go. Here's the first block. Here's the color version of the block. Um, it is just as in the tutorial. You would know if you go to piecedbrain.com. Today you see the step-by-step process that I used to put this block together. It's a very easy block. If we go to the draw tab, you see it's just squares and half square triangles, but I do have this big triangle here. Now, I chose to use the block just as it is because I did make a test block. In my process, as I was in my studio, I saw that there was nothing wrong with it. It was easy to put together. All blocks came out the same size, so I didn't fudge. I didn't have to stretch or, uh, you know, do anything. All the ears are right, so I could, you know, snip them. So I didn't have any problems. But there is another way that I could have made this block, and I'm going to show you, which shows you also how easy it is to use the software. If I did not want to use this triangle, I could have added seams to it. And that's the sole reason why I chose to use that, is because by building this block another way, I would have to sew more seams. Since I have to make 28 of these blocks, I thought that just by using this block the way it is, it would be a lot faster, more efficient, and the quilt would be ready very quickly. But here it is. In my software, I can just trace the lines here, and I would have to make this. I don't have to, but I could make a half square triangle, or I could just add this square to the rectangle. And here we go. Same thing with this. I could have used this as a rectangle and add this triangle. It's another possibility. But as you see, it looks the same. My choices are to eh, turn these triangles into half square triangles using some of the red, and then adding this square and this rectangle, or cutting this rectangle from here all the way over here and adding this square here and then this one here. But as you can see, I would be adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 5 seams, and it would just slow me down. And I'm not quite sure it would have added anything to the block. So I chose to do it that way. And the same thing with this other block, which I love. You see this half of the square is this triangle. Here are the colors. You have two flying geese over here, triangles, side triangle, this triangle in the square in this big triangle. I could have changed that also if I added more lines. One of the ways to do this would have been to just add these lines. And since I'm making half square triangles, I might as well. And so, as you see, I have this big half square triangle here, a couple small ones, a rectangle, and a rectangle. So, yes, there are other ways to build the block, but the one that I chose, at least for me, was the most efficient with the least amount of seams and the faster way. So, there you go. And that's how I came up with that border for this quilt. You can see when the blocks are joined together, how cool they look. So here you have one block, and then you flip and you have another block here. And the blue and yellow half square triangles, when they're sewn together, when the blocks are stitched together, they make this cool flying geese here. And here's the other block for the corner. So I just wanted to show you how I use that. And I hope this was helpful and show you that yes, there are many, and usually we designers know that there are many ways to put a block together, but we are always looking for a way that will be more efficient, that will make it easier for you, and that it can be done. The blocks can be put together without a lot of fudging and any specific, very um, instructions that have to be followed. If you don't do it this way, it's not going to come out. So I hope this was helpful. And if you have any questions, just leave the questions here and I'll reply to you. Um, and this is again Denise Russell from peacetobrain.com. I'll talk to you later. Bye.